Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Deke Sharpe didn't walk into Los Angeles looking for trouble, but somehow trouble has been walking right behind him every step of the way. The moment his name started floating through the corridors of power at Forrester Creations, it was clear that his arrival wasn't just another passing storyline. It was the kind of move that makes people nervous, the kind that forces secrets into the light, and the kind that puts a very real target on a man's back. Deke is smart, patient, and far more observant than he lets on, and that combination has made him dangerous to people who prefer to operate in the shadows. What makes Deke so unsettling is that he doesn't need to raise his voice or threaten anyone to get what he wants. He just listens. He notices which executives avoid certain topics. He remembers which names cause subtle flinches in conversations. He connects dots that others assume are too scattered to matter. And in a world like the one surrounding Forrester Creations, where secrets are currency and loyalty is always up for sale, someone like Deke is more frightening than any loud enemy. From the outside, Deke appears to be a simple consultant, someone brought in to help untangle financial questions and corporate confusion. But the deeper he goes, the more it becomes obvious that he wasn't invited just to tidy up spreadsheets. He is digging, quietly and carefully, into deals that were never meant to be examined. There are contracts that don't make sense, payments that don't add up, and old agreements that were buried for a reason. Every time Deke asks an innocent-sounding question, another powerful person realizes that their carefully built house of cards might be wobbling. The moment the fear started spreading was the moment people realized Deke wasn't going to stop. Some assumed he would hit a wall and turn away. Others believed he could be distracted with a promotion, a payoff, or a false lead. But Deke doesn't seem interested in any of that. He wants the truth, and that is exactly why he has become a threat. When someone wants the truth in a world built on lies, the knives come out quickly, even if they're hidden behind polite smiles. There are already whispers about who might want Deke silenced. Certain board members have too much to lose. A few executives have made fortunes off deals that were never fully transparent. Even some of the people who publicly welcome Deke into meetings are quietly hoping he stumbles, fails, or disappears. And then there are those who go beyond hoping. They are already making plans, moving pieces, and testing how far they can push him before he pushes back. Deke, however, isn't blind to what's happening around him. He feels the shift in the air when he walks into a room and conversations suddenly change. He notices when files go missing right after he requests them. He sees the forced smiles, the fake friendliness, and the nervous glances exchanged behind his back. He knows he's being watched. He knows people are nervous. And instead of retreating, that knowledge only sharpens his focus. There is something almost unsettling about how calm Deke remains under pressure. While others panic, he continues working methodically, as if he's already accepted the danger as part of the job. That calm makes people even more uneasy. It's one thing to face someone who is openly angry or scared. It's another to face someone who is quietly determined, because that kind of person doesn't back down easily. Deke isn't just chasing numbers on a page. He's chasing the truth behind them, and that truth could change everything for some very powerful people. The real problem is that Deke's investigation doesn't just affect the corporate world. It reaches into personal lives, old grudges, and buried scandals that were never supposed to see the light of day. Some of these secrets involve people who have spent years protecting their image at all costs. Others involve betrayals so deep that if they were exposed, entire families and alliances could crumble. Deke might have started with financial irregularities, but he's now brushing up against emotional landmines that could explode without warning. One of the most dangerous aspects of Deke's situation is that he doesn't always know which questions are the most threatening. A single offhand remark, a casual inquiry, or a simple request for documentation could be the thing that pushes someone over the edge. In a world where people are already desperate to keep their past buried, Deke's curiosity is like a ticking clock. They don't know when he'll hit the right nerve, but they know he will eventually. That's why the target on Deke's back keeps growing larger. At first, it was just a metaphorical target, a sense that people wanted him gone from the company. Now, it feels far more personal. There are rumors that someone has been trying to dig into Deke's own past, looking for leverage, weaknesses, or anything that could be used against him. If they can't stop his investigation directly, they might try to undermine him instead. After all, in this world, reputations are just as valuable as money, and destroying one can be just as effective as stealing the other. What makes this even more intense is that Deke is not entirely alone. There are a few people at Forrester who quietly admire what he's doing. They've seen enough shady behavior over the years to know that something has been wrong for a long time. They don't have the power to confront it themselves, but Deke does. Still, their support is cautious and mostly silent, because being openly on his side would paint a target on their backs too. In this environment, even being associated with the truth can be dangerous. As Deke digs deeper, the resistance becomes more obvious. Meetings get postponed. Access to key files is delayed. People who were once helpful suddenly become distant. It's the classic move of those who have something to hide. Slow him down, confuse him, frustrate him, and hope he eventually gives up. But Deke isn't the kind of man who gives up easily, especially when he knows he's close to uncovering something big. There's also the question of whether someone will decide that subtlety is no longer enough. So far, the attacks on Deke have been quiet and indirect. But that can change. When people feel cornered, they don't always act rationally. They make reckless choices. They take risks they wouldn't normally take. And sometimes, they cross lines that can't be uncrossed. The more Deke uncovers, the more likely it becomes that someone will try something bolder to stop him. What makes Deke's story so gripping is that it's not just about business. It's about power, fear, and what people are willing to do to protect themselves. The glitz and glamour of the fashion world often hides a darker side, one where ambition can turn into obsession and success can breed desperation. Deke has stepped right into that world, and now he's paying the price. He doesn't lash out. He doesn't accuse people without evidence. He simply keeps going. That persistence is what makes him both admirable and vulnerable. Admirable, because he refuses to be intimidated. Vulnerable, because every step forward puts him in greater danger. It's a delicate balance, and Deke is walking it with steady but cautious steps. Some people might wonder why Deke doesn't just walk away. Why not take whatever money or position is offered and leave well enough alone? The answer seems to lie in who he is. Deke isn't motivated by comfort. He's motivated by a sense of justice, even if he would never call it that out loud. He believes that if something is wrong, it should be exposed, no matter who it hurts. And in a place like Forrester Creations, that belief is practically revolutionary. As the pressure builds, Deke's enemies become more desperate. They start making mistakes, slipping up in small ways that only someone as observant as Deke would notice. A nervous comment here, a contradictory statement there, a document that doesn't quite match another one. Each of these little cracks brings him closer to the truth, and each one makes his opponents more afraid. They know that once the truth comes out, it can't be put back. There is also a growing sense that this story is about to reach a breaking point. Too many secrets are being poked. Too many people are feeling threatened. It's only a matter of time before someone decides that they've had enough. Whether that leads to a dramatic confrontation, a shocking betrayal, or a desperate attempt to shift the blame, one thing is clear. Deke Sharpe is standing at the center of a storm that's about to erupt. And yet, even with that storm brewing, Deke doesn't seem to flinch. He keeps asking questions. He keeps following leads. He keeps pushing forward, even when the tension in the room becomes almost unbearable. That courage, or perhaps stubbornness, is what makes his story so compelling. He is one man against a web of powerful interests, and instead of backing down, he's pulling at the threads. Every time Deke uncovers a new detail, it sends shockwaves through the people who have been trying to keep things quiet. They start scrambling to cover their tracks, but in doing so, they only draw more attention to themselves. It's the classic trap of guilt. The harder they try to hide, the more obvious it becomes that there's something to hide. The target on Deke's back is no longer just a rumor. It's a reality. People are watching his every move, waiting for an opportunity to catch him off guard. But Deke, in his own quiet way, is ready. He knows that the truth is worth fighting for, even if it comes at a personal cost. And as dangerous as his position has become, he seems more determined than ever to see this through to the end. In the world of the bold and the beautiful, where love, ambition, and betrayal are always intertwined, Deke Sharpe has become a symbol of something rare. He represents the idea that, even in a place filled with glamour and deceit, there can still be someone brave enough to demand honesty. That bravery is exactly what has put him in danger, and it's exactly what makes his journey impossible to look away from. As the days pass and the tension rises, one question hangs over everything. Will Deke manage to expose the truth before someone stops him, or will the forces aligned against him finally succeed in pushing him out of the picture? The answer is coming, and when it does, it's going to change the balance of power in ways no one at Forrester Creations is ready for. Until then, Deke Sharpe keeps moving forward, even with a target on his back, proving that sometimes the most dangerous thing you can be is someone who refuses to look the other way. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.